What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. We are 20 games deep, 16 wins, could be 19 and 1, potentially 20 and 0, but again letting myself down with some poor decision making. And we find ourselves with 16 wins. If we get another 16 wins in the back end of the 20 games, we'll end up on 32 wins. I'd be totally okay with that. You know, could potentially still get up to 36 wins, which may be well enough to get us in top 100. And I want to talk about top 100 real quick because we don't know exactly how skill rating works. We don't know how many points you get for a win, for a loss, for a draw, per goal conceded. AA did some basic research on it and he found that you get less points when someone rage quits against you than if it plays a 40 or 90 minutes. And to that end, I think it's ridiculous that you can fall outside of the top 100 in spite of having the same number of wins as somebody who's inside the top 100 because other people might have rage quit against you. I think EA need to rethink and rework that, or alternatively, just if 36 wins is like 100th, give everybody who gets 36 wins as if they finished 100th. Because if it's done on skill rating, let's say I go like 36 and 4 and I don't get out inside the top 100 because 15 people rage quit on me, whereas if they didn't rage quit and played the 4 games I would have finished 85th. How is that fair? How is that my fault? I'm being punished because I'm too good at FIFA in the games in which I won. I don't necessarily think that's fair. So I think they kind of need to fix that a little bit. But anyway guys, you can see what I'm doing on the screen. You can see the team I'm taking into the next set of games. A few comments pulled up from the previous videos. Hopefully going to get a double upload out for you guys today if I can get the other video edited, recorded, rendered and uploaded in time. But I want to talk about something that has arisen on Reddit, not on Reddit, on Twitter today. And that is my influence on the market and me profiting off of that. And I want to talk about it because I want to just get my thoughts and thought process out on what, like, you know, the influence that is had by social media. And there is just a general social media influence on the market, whether it be a YouTuber, whether it be me specifically, whether it be a pro player in a team or a player that he uses, whether it be a post on Reddit or on the forums that hypes up a player. Or whether it just be the collective thought of everybody needs this player for this thing coming up. There is a lot of ways to influence this market, but what kept coming up on Twitter was I bought one to watch Hatem Ben Arfa for this series. The reason why I bought that is because he is going to be moving to Fenerbahce in January, which means he has a higher chance of getting an inform, not only because he's going to be getting game time, but also because he's going to be an exceptional player in a pretty poor league, which should essentially see him, you know, create and score goals, giving him informs. A lot of people argued that people won't care to buy him because he's from the Turkish league, but I disagree. There's a lot of good players in the Turkish league, but alternatively, because he's French, when people need like a one nation squad or a restricted squad for weekend league, he will be a very important person if he gets informs. So I bought a one to watch card for about 113,000 coins. I tweeted out that I bought it because when I don't tweet out things like that, people say, why didn't you let us know? You know, we could have got in on this. So I tweeted that out. Boom, his price went up to about 160,000 coins. Immediately, people started saying that I've got a trade pile full of Ben Arfas and I'm using my power to abuse the market and make coins. I don't do that. Do I make coins off of what I do in the game? Absolutely I do. If I bought Inform Kyle Walker for 220,000 coins, I hyped him up massively. I thought he was a fantastic player. I played him at left back. A lot of people also adopted that and started playing him at left back. So it naturally increased his price. There's a limited number of the informed Kyle Walkers on the market. His price went up to about 280,000 coins. I used him for 3 weekend leagues. I had well over 150 games on him in total. And then I sold him for 280,000 coins. And the reason why he went up that much was because, in part, not entirely, but in part, the fact that I used him in my team. But what I didn't do was sit there with 7 or 8 of them on the trade pile waiting for his price to go up and made an absolute killing. I don't do that. I don't invest like that. That's not my strategy. I could do that. I could go and buy a whole bunch of one to watch this or inform that or team of the group stage this, hype the hell out of them and then dump them all and just be like, oh, just kidding guys, he's garbage. I just made a whole bunch of coins. I could do that. I choose not to do that because I don't want to. I want to do things real. I want to make sure that everything I do, you guys can do too. So when I bought a one to watch Ben Arfa, I tweeted about it. His price went up. It's it's undoubtedly his price will go up at one point or another anyway, if and when he gets an inform. So it's not like I've, you know, all I've done is foreseen something in the market and used my brain basically to take hold of that and try and make a profit. FIFA is about trying to make a profit in the market, you know. So if I've got something that says, hey, this will probably happen in the future, let me invest now, I'll do it. You guys know I invested in those Movember cards heavily. I spent 60,000 coins on, no, 90,000 coins on 6 of them. Even like I held them and held them and held them, and people said no, they're not gonna be useful. They won't be useful. Eventually, they were useful. I'd already discarded mine at the time because I thought, okay, time's up. I waited long enough. They weren't used. I discarded them. I could have made profit on them. When I invested in those, people said the same thing. People said, you're just using this as a way to make money. And I lost money on them. If I was using it as a way to make money, I would have bought them for the 14,000, 15,000 coins that I bought them for. I would have hyped them up and said, hey guys, you're probably going to have to use these in an SBC. They went up to 30,000 coins. I could have dumped them then. I didn't. I held on to them because in my mind, the right thing to do would be to use them to invest, to save for squad building challenges. That being said, right now in time, today as making this video, EA have released 125, 100k and 50k packs. So the price range or the price value of 84s, 85s and 86s has hit the floor. Go and pick up your 84s, 85s and 86s. Now you can get them all. The 84s are like 900 coins again for some of the bad ones, up to 3,000 coins for some of the better ones. You can get Juan Mata for like 2.5k. You can get, who was a really expensive one, like Thiago was going for like 7, 8k. He's now down to like 2.5k. You can pick them up, and I suggest that you do, because in the future they're going to be usable again for an SBC. Now this isn't me trying to abuse the market. This is me just giving you guys advice on how best to make money from your own coin balance in the market. Yes, it has an influence on the market, but no more or less so than any other YouTuber doing any other thing with a player. You will see that a YouTuber will pick up an inform and say, oh my god, this guy is really good, and then loads of other, loads of his followers go and pick up that inform, boom, it affects his price. Me personally, I don't do it to make profit. If I do happen to make profit along the way, happy days. But I don't sit there and try and manipulate the market to benefit me. I could if I wanted. I have like 1 million coins on my main account. I could easily go and invest 1 million coins in, say, I don't know, James Rodriguez, and then say something like, oh my god, I bet James Rodriguez is going to go through the roof because I saw this thing that meant that he's guaranteed to get an SBC and he's going to be usable in it. And watch his price go up by 20-30%. I can dump all of mine and make a load of money. I could easily make millions of coins off of it, and I choose not to because that's not what I'm about and that's not what this is about. I put the task out there to anyone who feels like I do that. Show me where that I've cheated, you guys. Show me the time that I've bought a whole bunch of players and abuse that. There's, right now on my trade pile in this account, I've got, I think, 4 of the one to watch Alisson goalkeepers. I bought them all for 13,000 coins. The reason why I bought them all is because I had a feeling that EA were going to require us to use one to watch cards in SBCs. They haven't yet, but there's no reason why they may not in the future. So I'm just holding on to him. I haven't tweeted about it, I haven't talked about it, because I'm not trying to make profit off of you guys. I'm trying to make profit when the market naturally shifts, you know? So yeah, if you guys think that I'm being untoward with how I handle things and how I make coins on this account, feel free to show me the proof, and I feel free to point out where you're wrong, in my opinion, of course. With that being said, our first comment of the day is from Mr. Etufish, a Zway fan in the chat. Love that. He says, I really want you to respond to this comment. Job done. You should keep your 100k packs from FUT Champs for Team of the Year. No, I can't do it. I don't want to do it. I will get more 100k packs through Team of the Year, through FUT Champs. We'll pick up on the Wednesday, we'll pick up some rewards, and then on the Friday night when everyone's put into packs, I will, on the Saturday night when everyone's put onto packs, I'll open it then. I'm not saving the 100k packs because what if, like, and you can never know because you can't open packs in hindsight, but what if I get a 100k pack this week for finishing wherever I finish, and I don't open it, and if I did open it, I would have had the Inform Ibra, and I've decided not to open it. That Inform Ibra is no longer in packs, and I get garbage hoping for a Team of the Year player. I would rather open it now and get what I'm given now, and then wait and make coins like that, because for me, waiting around just doesn't, I don't know. I always sit there and think I should have opened it then. I could have got an inform that I could have sold for good money. used that money to invest elsewhere and made more money off the back of it. That's my theory, that's my thought process. For those of you that have it in you to hold your 100k packs though, good on you, and I hope you do get some good stuff. If I'd have thought about this a little bit more decent way back when, if I'd have saved every 100k pack I got, I probably would have about 15 or 20 of them, maybe up to 25 by the time Team of the Year comes around. I probably would have got a Team of the Year player, but that's not how we've done it. And saving like one 100k pack or two 100k packs, I would rather just use the coins I've got to open one or two 100k packs when they're undoubtedly released for Team of the Year. I would just find that to be far more rewarding. Angel Velasco says, Nep, what are your FIFA 18 FUT Champs wish list? At the moment, I wish for 30 games instead of 40. 40 feels like too much for me. I think 40 games is just about right for the 3 days that you get. It's not impossible to play. You know, you can do 40 games in a day if you've got a whole day. You could do 20 over 2 days, or you could do like 12 to 15 a day for the 3 days. I think the 40 games is about right. If they reduced it to 35 or 32, sure, that wouldn't be too bad at all. I think anything less than that, and they're giving out too much rewards for too few games played. I think the whole point is that you've got to put your time in to get the rewards. What I wish that they would change for FUT Champs is I wish they would either change how the ranking system works or change the rewards you get for the ranking systems, more specifically the monthly. Talked about this on Twitter the other day. I don't think it's fair that, like, for this weekend, for example, you need 112 wins to get elite, right? So that means somebody who gets 112 wins gets the exact same reward as somebody who will get 178 wins or so, which will put them in the top 100 for the month. Oh, sorry, just outside the top 100 for the month. They will get the same reward, even though there's like a 50 to 60 win disparity. Like that just doesn't seem fair. I don't understand the point of EA putting Elite 1, Elite 2, Elite 3 as a monthly segregation when they don't offer any different rewards. So I would suggest and want to see a reward structure where right now Elite 3, or Elite in general, gets the 12 red pack, right? So you get 12 of those red informs. What I would like to see is the Elite 3 get 12, Elite 2 get 12 plus a 3-player pack that you usually get in gold, and Elite 1 get 12 and plus 2 3-player packs. So Elite 1 will get 6 extra players than Elite 3. Sure, it's only 6 extra players, but it's something that defines you. And because it's a 12 pack and then 2 3 packs, you may well get 3 duplicates in both of your 3 packs to the point where it wasn't even worth it, but at least you got something more. And the same for gold. Someone can finish bang on the level to hit gold, and someone else can finish 1 win away from elite, and they both get the same prize. Why not have 3 players for gold 3, 6 players for gold 2, 9 players for gold 1, 12 players for Elite 3, 15 players for Elite 2, and 18 players for Elite 1. Why not? What difference does it make? They're untradeable anyway. Like, it's not like it affects the market in any way, shape or form. So I'd like to see that. That's one of my wish lists for FUT Champs. I would also like them to remove the established date and stuff, just to stop people from backing out for absolutely no reason. You know, you'll see me here. I play a lot of FUT Founders and a lot of 2010 and 2011 guys, and I beat most of them convincingly. Just because you've had the game for a considerable amount of time, it doesn't mean that you're a good player. It doesn't mean anything. Just I am a FUT Founder. I've been playing Ultimate Team since its inception in FIFA 09. It just doesn't say that on my account. That doesn't make me any less of a FUT Founder. What it says, that established date, is meaningless. In fact, if anything, the newer player would be more scary for me. If somebody's got an established date of December 2016, I'm like, holy damn, they've just got the game and they're already in FUT Champs. I don't want to play them. That would be my thought process. I don't back out by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that they should remove that. And in terms of like other things, I think the qualification stuff needs to be readdressed. I think they need to give daily knockout tournaments for people that aren't qualified, and then daily tournaments or weekly tournaments for people that are qualified, just so that people that are qualified don't go into the qualification to try and get those prizes. And that, again, that's on EA, and that's their fault. Because right now there's a prize, there's no entry requirements, and for winning it you get 500 coins in a 5k pack. So you get 8 attempts at doing that. So that's potentially, for me, if I went and won all 8 attempts, I could potentially have kicked out 32 people that could then have qualified for the FUT Champs, because EA are saying, hey, if you want to qualify, we'll give you a reward. If you're already qualified, screw you. They've just got things a little bit wrong, mismatched, and hopefully they address that for either maybe later on in this year or for FIFA 18. Hopefully they address that and make some changes. But I'd be interested to hear what you guys want for FUT Champs in FIFA 18. Would be very good to see what you guys want and what you guys feel. Anton Lund says, "Hey Nep, do you play FIFA because you love football, or why did you get into FIFA?" I love FIFA because I love football. Would like to hear your opinion. Keep up the good work. Love from Sweden. Thank you very much, Anton. Yeah, I love football. When I was a lot younger, I used to play a lot of football, and I used to watch everything I could ever set my eyes on. As like the social media age blew up, I now watch a lot of different things that replace me watching football. Like you can see, my TV is behind me. I don't even have a TV in front of me, so if I want to watch any TV, I have to turn one of my gaming monitors to a TV and watch it through there. But I would used to watch anything and everything if it was football based. Now I watch like big games, BPL games, or I'll have football on in the background whilst I'm doing other things because I just don't have the time to sit there and watch, you know, game after game after game anymore. But I do absolutely love football, and that is why I started playing football-based games. So yeah, I'm just like you, dude. I play FIFA because I love football. My Tick says, "Why do you use Bellerin at right back instead of Kyle Walker?" Right now, I mean, I have the, I think, did we get it in this episode? No, we got it in the last episode. We've got the blue Bellerin now, which is why I use him. But prior to that, I used the gold Bellerin because, first and foremost, I had used the informed Kyle Walker at left back. So I had Bellerin at right back, informed Kyle Walker at left back. When I sold the informed Kyle Walker, I kept the regular Bellerin until we got the blue Bellerin, just because he was there. He was Pat Paul. It's, like, they are very, like, you will not notice the difference, in my opinion, between the two of them. You can play, if you gave them the same character model, so they looked identical in the game, and I made you play 20 games with Bellerin and then 20 games with Walcott and said to you which one was Bellerin, which one was Walcott, you would be very, very, very hard pressed to actually give me an honest answer of which one was which. Because other than pace, the fullbacks are unnoticeable by what they do, because you're never shooting with them, you're never taking free kicks or penalties with them, you're never really taking like those long shots, you're never really crossing with them because this game doesn't offer crossing. So what you get from your right backs is pace, which because of chem styles both of them would have 99, and you can't really tell the difference between 99 and 95, even if, say, you just had a Sentinel on Bellerin or something. And their defensive prowess, which again you can't really tell, because when you miss a tackle, you don't think, oh, I probably missed that tackle because he has low defending. You just missed the tackle. Whereas when you take a shot, if you miss a shot, you sit there and think, oh God, I wish I had a midfielder with better shooting. So it's near impossible to tell the difference, honestly, between the two of them at right back. So I've just gone with the one that I had in the club, and that was Hector Bellerin. There is nothing much more to it. FIFA Beast HD says, "I have informed Walcott and I've scored 45 goals in 98 games with 25 assists. Is this a bad ratio, meaning I replace him, or should I keep him?" The goal to game ratio that you have with players depends on your formation, your play style, who do you bring off and on as substitutes. Like my records with players, usually like for my wingers, I would like a 1 goal to game contribution ratio. So if 100 games, if they got 50 goals and 50 assists, I'd be happy with that. That means that they're delivering a goal a game in one way or another. For my strikers, I'd like around a 1.5 to a 2 goal to game ratio. Goal contribution game to ratio. And then for my midfielders, it seems like that it should be like a 1 in 4 goal to game contribution from your midfielders. If you're looking at those sort of ratios, I look at that because of the formation I play. But if you play like a 4-4-2, I would say your wingers would barely be getting any goal contributions because it's just not the way the game works. For me personally, it seems to be my wide men that score the most goals and my striker that doesn't really get involved as much. And that's just because of play style, because of the players I have to hand, and because of the way I play FIFA. But if that's FUT Champs games, for Walcott as a right forward or a right wing to have, 80 goal contributions in 98 games, I think that's very good. You might want to try another right winger and give them 10 games and see if they get 8 goal contributions. If they don't, then Walcott's about the same. If they do, if they get that or more, then potentially keep going with them until you get a real feel for them. But ultimately, it just depends on how you feel they do for you and whether or not you feel another player could do a little bit better for you. The next comment is from Andreas Fonseca. Says, "Hey Nep, isn't it crazy that I'm a consistent D1, D2 player and I can't manage to win the daily tourney? I think I put too much pressure on myself, but I find it odd since anyone can enter the tournament and D1 and 2 is full of great players. Anyways, keep up the good work." I do find that remarkable. When I read this comment, it made me think about like two different things. First of all, it made me think like, I find the daily tournaments to be ridiculously easy. I haven't played them often. I've probably only played about 10 or 12 of them throughout the whole of FIFA 17. I've won all but one of them. I got to the final one time on the Road to Glory and lost it. Every other time I've entered it, I've won it. So there's not a problem there for me. I win it quite easily. It's strange that you can get to D1 and D2 and struggle in daily tournaments, but at the same time, what's really weird, like when you look at mine and Nick's gameplay, for me personally, right now, and this isn't an attribute to me as a player or Nick as a player because of what I'll say afterwards, but right now I outperform Nick pretty consistently in the weekend league. I constantly get a fair few more wins than him, like 4 or 5 wins a week more than him. I finish with considerably more wins than him monthly, and I find weekend league to be a little bit easier than divisions. But if you then take us to Division 1, Nick has won Division 1 on his Road to Glory several times. Once winning 8 consecutive games, a couple of times winning 8 games with a draw, and then once or twice with a couple of draws and a loss. But I can't win Division 1, and in fact I've been relegated 2 times. So it's very, very strange that in the weekend league I'm outperforming Nick considerably, and then in Division 1 he's outperforming me considerably. And yet, like, how does that work? I don't understand it. So the fact that you're then saying that you're a D1, D2 player and you can't win daily tournaments, it's again just makes me think like, how? I don't like. It's just weird what pressures people put on themselves to make them play good or play bad. Olex Rave says, "Who is your favourite player in this game?" My favourite player, dude, is it's a difficult one to give it an exact favourite player because I've got a lot of players that I really enjoy using. It would either be like the Purple Hazard or the Purple Son. That Heung-min Son has saved me so many times. He's so clinical in front of goal. He's just so good. He is genuinely so very good. I'm a big fan of Heung-min Son. Like I used him a lot at left forward. I then got the Purple Hazard. I never really used Son much after that. I'd use him as a sub here or there. I played him at striker 1 or 2 games. I played him at centre mid 1 or 2 games. And through kind of using him and not using him, I just obliterated his goal to game ratio. I think right now he has like 399 games and 198 goals and like 120 assists or something. He's got like a ridiculously good goal to game ratio. Look at that team, by the way. Look at that. What can you do about that? You can't do anything but laugh, can you? A game that I absolutely dominated. I ended up losing 1-0 to a pot shot goal, and he ended up custom formationing down to that. This can't be allowed in FIFA. I know, like, it's in the game, they could do what they want. I get that, right? And I know that defenders can go ultra defensive in real life. We've discussed this at length. You can't counter this in FIFA. It's impossible to counter. Either EA need to remove this option or give us a counter-attacking option. But yeah, I would say if I had to give one answer, it would probably be the Purple Hazard. But the Purple Hazard, the Purple Son, the Red Walcott, they are some of my favourite players in the game this year. We end up with 23 wins after 30 games, guys. Not too bad. Only 2 wins away from getting into Gold 1, which is like the minimum requirement for myself. But I'm very disappointed in some of the losses. You saw 1 game so far in all 30 games where I was just dicked. I was just dominated. The guy smashed me. He deserved to beat me. Fair play to him. Every other loss I've taken could have been avoided if I had just done a few things different here or there, played a little bit better, made a few less mistakes. So I find myself aggrieved to be where I'm at. But this is the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.